by a schizophrenic man who had been charged 14 times in the past has the administration making accusations against Democrats and the media. Take a look.
This monster should have been locked up, and Iryna should still be alive. But Democrat politicians, liberal judges, and weak prosecutors would rather virtue signal than lock up criminals and protect their communities. And perhaps most shamefully of all, the majority of the media, many outlets in this room, decided that her murder was not worth reporting on originally because it does not fit a preferred narrative.
Look, a young woman is dead. Let's take that into consideration. And yes, a man who should have been behind bars was loose and out.
Well,
listen.
Yeah.
He was a schizophrenic man. His mother begged them to take him and put him away. So stop politicizing this. This is not political.
Yeah.
This has to do with how we take care of our sick Americans when they are in need.
But you know what, I have to say.
Let me just say, and so if y'all could stop cutting funding
a good
for
one.
cases.
Yeah. That's why it is political.
How about that?
That is exactly why it is a political situation, because in the first 40 days of the Trump administration, this one, they terminated 128 grants from the National Institute of Mental Health. In May, they cut $1 billion in federal grants for mental health services. And
$1 billion?
Yes. And then they talk about, mentally ill people are with the guns and mentally ill people are killing, blah, blah, blah. But then they cut the services. So it is political.
I also don't think most Americans hear a tragedy and see that video footage and think, ooh, is this the Democrats or the Republicans' fault? I think, what went wrong and what could the solution be? And for me, I think why this is sticking with people is Americans, we want to be the shining city on a hill where a Ukrainian refugee can come, flee war, leave a bomb shelter, and live and not get killed on American public transit. That is the problem. And there are two issues that could be. We'd like it for Americans too. And there are two issues that could address this. To your point, would be bail reform. Somebody should not be a 14-time offender and be back on the streets, but also mental health services. Because if someone is severely, dangerously mentally ill, we don't treat mental health in a systematic way anymore in this country. There needs to be a safe, responsible place that people like him can be where this will happen. But to be honest, even before that was cut, it wasn't
when mental institutions were shut in the 70s when they kicked everyone out on the streets. And then a lot of times they became homeless, and then they started medicating themselves. They didn't have medical care. It's like a prophecy, like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy of trouble. And so this man, not everyone who is schizophrenic commits crimes. There are many that manage it with medication.
But
his mom
knew.
His mom had said, and this isn't the first major national story we're hearing of a close loved one saying they refused treatment. There has to be something between prison and walking free that keeps everyone safe. Because when you refuse medical treatment and you are this sort of risk, you should never be out and about when the red flags were raised.
And also,